why is it important to you to offer special needs ministry here at our church?
I think the church is part of a community, and the community incorporates many people. And to include a special needs ministry at Wesley includes that population of people that might not be being served by our church.
For our family specifically, it's important because we have a 7-year-old son with autism, and it's just important for us in general to be able to come together as a family and do things. And I think the church is a great place to start.
Without that intentionality and showing the actions of inclusivity and doing what it takes to make people feel like they're not a burden, people might perceive that though they're welcome, there's really no feasible space for them at church activities and to experience that fellowship. So it really does have to be intentional, because it's not just about atmosphere. That's the first part, and that's the part we have, but it's bigger than that. It's something that we have to actually take a lot of steps and to reach those special populations.
It increases the church's ability to connect. It increases the congregation's ability to learn and understand. And I think having a special needs ministry just allows for the church to minister to more people.
Any special needs family, that's all we want is inclusion, and to have a safe place to go that we call home outside of our walls that we go to every day. And the church is definitely a place that we consider home, and for us to be able to come together and worship as a family will be something that we haven't got to experience for a really long time.
I think it allows us to live our faith. I've been inspired and kind of constantly choked up by a song that we're singing in choir for the Lenten season about the love that lights the whole sky. And I think if we believe that the love that we are called to share in the world is to light the entire sky, how can that be true? How can we do that without intentionally including these populations that are easily not included, not intentionally, but our task is to shine that light intentionally. And so therefore we have to find the dark places, the places that we're missing.
I think having a special needs ministry here allows the ministry as a whole, the congregation as a whole, to recognize that there are those in our community, those specifically in our church, that are different than them. And that difference can be a wide difference, but to allow the congregation to love and care for, maybe pray for and understand more, allows for better understanding, not only as the church specifically, but as a community as a whole.
I think it's important to specifically offer a special needs ministry to live our values, to practice what we preach in a sense, to show that practical love to a community of all of our congregation members, but also, prospective members and people in the community.
These families, not just the kids, but the special needs adults, once they know that this is going to be a place where they can fit in as well, they're going to change lives, like not just with God and Jesus and all the religious aspects of church, but just they're going to open up eyes and open up doors in this church that are just going to really change the way that Wesley does things. And I'm so excited to see how that works.
I'm not going to call it fortunate, but there's a reality, and the reality is that my children were born with 10 fingers and 10 toes and capacities, and I was in awe when I counted 10 fingers and 10 toes. And I think often of those families that struggle with the uncertainty of what today brings. And I'm passionate about that.
I feel like all of my answers have kind of been the same, and I guess they really are, because every question kind of comes back and leads back to belonging and being included and feeling like you have a safe place to go, that you're not judged, and that you're loved, and that you're welcome, and no matter what your abilities are, that you have a place to go that feels like home, and that people welcome you, and that you don't feel like you are out of place, and a safe place for the special needs community to come and gather and be themselves and not worry about anybody else thinking anything of them other than them being perfect just like they are.